This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news tonight, one neighborhood in Port Charlotte is mourning the loss of 3 of their own following a tragic car crash.
It happened to what many say is a dangerous intersection near the village of Holiday Lake. That's where we find ABC7's Rick Adams this evening, live with more tonight. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline and Scott, good evening. This is the intersection where the horrible tragedy took place. I'm joined now by Jim Fry. He is president of the village of Holiday Lake. And Jim, so sorry to meet you under these circumstances.
Me too. Thank you.
And what exactly happened at this intersection?
It was a horrible accident. This intersection is less than a year old, the expansion of 4 lanes, and unfortunately we had just a horrific accident. We lost 3 very valuable people in our community.
And speaking of community, how has this shocked your community?
We're all devastated. I mean, these were 3 very active people in the community, and they will be sorely missed.
Now, we're seeing these cars just whizzing by. There isn't a traffic light or anything. It seems pretty dangerous.
We've been asking since this widening occurred that a traffic light be placed here, and that is what the village is actually doing now, is promoting how we can do something for these 3 souls that we lost today and honor them by doing something to improve this intersection, not only for us, the small community that you see of 551 homes, but the fire department is right here too. And all those, this is our only entrance and exit. So when something happens like this, we were locked out for a number of hours, which is understandable.
Okay, well, so sorry for the loss of the 3 lives here to your community. Thanks for sharing a few moments with us.
Thank you. Thank you for the time.
Okay, that is Jim Fry. He is president of the village of Holiday Lake, a horrible tragedy that occurred here a few days ago on Tuesday. And we'll have a lot more on this coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Reporting live from Port Charlotte this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rick. A Venice Assisted Living and Retirement Center is getting a major makeover.
Village on the Isle has been on Venice for 30 years now, but it's never had any major work done to it until now. ABC7's Christopher Brantley has more.
Good evening. You can see this whole area is closed off right now. That is because 2 brand new buildings are about to be built here, all a part of a major $100 million expansion.
We said when we were 80 years old we wanted to be in independent living. We did a survey of all the areas. This is the one we fell in love with.
Bill Pell has lived at Village on the Isles for 4 years. He's looking forward to watching his new digs being built.
Sit on the sideline and don't have to do any of the worrying.
New buildings are being added and the existing buildings are all being remodeled. We got a brief glimpse of some of the new areas on Friday.
It'll be more updated. It'll have a little bit more amenities, things that we need on campus right there in their home.
Currently, there are around 450 residents here. That number isn't likely to change with this expansion because it's not about making rooms for more people, but rather making more room for the people.
Current residential apartments are very small, but the new residences actually are a much larger area.
This is a rendering of one of those new rooms. Folks at the village say it's all about making their residents comfortable.
If somebody wants to sleep in until noon, if that's what they're used to all their lives, they can do that. If they want to get up and have eggs at 9 o'clock in the morning, they can have eggs at 9 o'clock in the morning.
The new buildings will also be built to withstand hurricane-force winds, an especially important point for those whose mobility is limited.
That issue of being able to shelter in place is able to be accomplished in the new health center.
Work is expected to be complete by the end of the year 2019. Village on the Isles hopes that this expansion will secure their future here for the next 30 years. In Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Christopher, thank you so much. A Suncoast developer known for providing affordable housing is abandoning a project that would have brought hundreds of inexpensive residences to the edge of downtown Sarasota. Harvey Van Groff planned on building 368 affordable apartments on 8 acres of land just off of Fruitville Road. But after receiving yet another bill this morning, the bill's now totaling more than $300,000, he's calling it quits. Van Groff claims building costs and impact fees have made the project no longer affordable.
Geez, we've had 3-4 years worth of planning board meetings, and we just want to build some affordable housing, and the city needs affordable housing, and I'm not going to spend any more money on it.
The city hasn't talked to Van Groff about his plans to quit the project, but City Manager Tom Barwin says that the city's hands are tied and that they've waived every fee that they could.
Well, a transition day here on the Suncoast, and I think we know what's coming.
No,
cooler
I
weather.
don't want to hear it, though.
Maybe colder weather is a better way to say it. And here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with more. Bob?
That's right, cool and then cold. The cold really coming in tomorrow night and Sunday morning. You'll notice a big difference there. The first part of the cold front is generating some showers and storms, mainly along the east coast now. It's a prefrontal trough out ahead of the actual colder air, which is still back here. It is going to work its way through later on this evening. You'll see that difference as winds will shift around to the northwest. For the most part, the rain is over. You may see a brief shower here and there popping up, but it shouldn't be much, and it'll move pretty quickly, so no accumulation anticipated. As I mentioned, all the heavier rainfall now well east of the area. We had some moderate to heavy downpours in northwest Braden and also Anna Maria Island earlier in north end of Longboat Key, but right now temperatures dropping in the Panhandle. Pensacola at 44. It's 68 though, still warm here in Sarasota, 72 in Orlando, and 75 now into Miami. Winds out of the west-northwest, and that would tell you that the front has not moved through yet. Those winds will be switching to the northwest beginning later on tonight, and that will start to usher in that really cold air. We are looking for the chilliest morning, at least over the weekend, on Sunday, with lows into the upper 30s to low 40s. More on the weekend weather forecast, and yet another cold front going to move through next week. We'll have the details coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. As the city of Sarasota prepares to install parking meters on St. Armand Circle, city officials want your feedback on the different types of meters they're considering. 6 different demonstration parking meters will be available for residents to test and review until 11 a.m. Saturday. The display will be at the 7 Virtue statues along John Rindling Boulevard, right across from St. Armand Circle Park. The city plans to begin charging for parking on St. Armand's after the new parking garage is completed in December.
Sarasota County and the city of Venice will be removing 3 dune walkovers at Broward Park on South Harbor Drive. The city of Venice says the walkovers need to be removed due to structural concerns. The project is anticipated to start on Wednesday, January 17th, and will be completed the following day. These dune walkovers will not be replaced at this time. Portions of the park will be closed to public access, though most of the public parking, Robert E. Clark Pavilion, beach access, and restrooms will remain open.
A new airline's cheap prices force another to cancel a flight to Sarasota Bradenton International Airport. Elite Airways will stop service to Pittsburgh. This move comes after Allegiant Air said it will offer that route beginning in April. According to a press release by Elite, passengers with tickets to Pittsburgh will be notified and fully refunded. The president of SRQ says that it was a smart decision on Elite's behalf because the airline can't compete with Allegiant.
They had no hard feelings about this development. Understood that it was they were actually congratulatory to the airport. It's a good thing for the airport. And Elite stated they'll continue to look at other destinations now for that aircraft. Their Portland and White Plains service is doing very well, and they may even increase the frequencies of those.
Elite was supposed to start the Pittsburgh to Sarasota route just in time for Pirates spring training, but Pirates fans will have to wait until next year for a non-stop flight to the Suncoast.
A Navy pilot from Lakewood Ranch who was killed in an aircraft crash in the Philippine Sea has been laid to rest. The family and friends of Lieutenant Stephen Combs Jr. laying him to rest at Sarasota National Cemetery today. Lieutenant Combs and 2 others died in a November crash when the plane he was piloting went down in the ocean southeast of Okinawa, Japan. According to Combs' obituary, it is believed his plane encountered catastrophic engine failure and was forced to make a water landing, a decision that may have saved the lives of 8 of the 11 people on board.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, Florida Democrats voicing their concerns over comments allegedly made by President Trump about immigrants, why they are now demanding an apology from the president.
And the Florida House divided over a proposal to fund anti-abortion pregnancy centers. We'll have more on those stories when we come back.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. so much fun. Mwah.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
The classic film Singing in the Rain is coming to the Players Center in a live stage show opening January 17th. All the dances and all the songs you've come to know and love, all a part of our Wild Broadway series. Get your tickets now for this limited run by calling the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. You too can be singing in the rain.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
We have new book recommendations for the new year. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we'll ask our expert from Bookstore One to preview the hot new reads of 2018. Our tech guy brings the latest and greatest new things from the Consumer Electronics Show. Plus, the Pines of Sarasota talks about a new form of dementia. And Carmel Kitchen and Wine Bar is in our kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Florida Democrats condemning comments by President Trump after he allegedly used profanity to describe countries like Haiti and El Salvador. President Trump questioned why the United States should accept immigrants from those countries and others. During a news conference in the state capitol, members of the Florida Legislative Black Caucus also called on Governor Rick Scott to take an even stronger stance in his criticism of the president. Late Thursday, Scott released a statement calling the president's remarks wrong. State Senator Daphne Campbell says President Trump's comments reek of racism.
We are appealing to all elected officials to stand united with us in our demand for an open apology from President Trump to American people, for we are a nation of immigrants.
Florida is home to more Haitians than any other state, and President Trump's decision to end temporary protective status for Haitians could affect nearly 60,000 who live here. In a tweet early this morning, the president denied making the remarks but did not specify exactly what he said.
Florida may agree to permanently fund anti-abortion pregnancy centers under a bill passed by the House. The House voted 73-29 for the bill, with Republicans and Democrats sharply divided over the proposal. Democrats said the bill was designed to help out fake critics that are run by anti-abortion activists. Republicans asserted they were trying to offer pregnant women choices that would help their health. Florida legislators have set aside money for the pregnancy center since 2006, but the $4 million has to be renewed each year in the annual budget. Instead, the new bill would require that the state sign a contract with an organization that oversees a network of clinics.
Former Congressman David Jolly and Patrick Murphy are touring the state. Jolly, a Republican, and Murphy, a Democrat, are talking about bridging the political divide, showing that Republicans and Democrats can indeed work together. Murphy sat down for an interview with ABC7's Alan Cohn a couple of months ago and makes his return tonight.
The number one question I got while serving in the Congress for 4 years was, Patrick, why is Congress so broken? Why can't you all get something done? Why can't you, solve basic problems? And, unfortunately, there are far too many people on both sides of the aisle that are putting their party in front of their country.
Tonight at 7, we'll have both Jolly and Murphy in the studio to talk about local, state, and federal government issues.
Well, stay with us. Bob Harrigan has a look at your forecast for the weekend when we come back.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Florida Studio Theater presents the 8-time Tony Award winner Once, held over by popular demand. Captivating and breathtaking, Once is an unforgettable story about going for your dreams and the power of music to connect us all. Critics are calling Once engaging and heartwarming, outstanding, and a flawless production. Audiences are calling it phenomenal and better than Broadway. Once must close January 19th. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Well, if you thought you could put those coats and sweaters away, you got to bring them back out, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like you'll need them too next week even, and it's not going to warm up like we saw this week. Temperatures this week, all in the low 70s, mid 70s, even upper 70s at times, and they're going to be long gone for at least the next 7 days. We are looking at some colder air to move in. We had a pretty warm day today, above average, just from Nacoma's jetty right there. You can see the sun, a little peak of it before it dipped below the horizon there. Jack Waters sending that one in. And Vanways of webcam showing fog around this morning, a little bit of raindrops on the lens there with a brief shower that moved through this afternoon. And then there's still a chance for a brief shower here and there. And there could even be some sea fog rolling in, but more than likely just low clouds in advance of the front, which will move through later on tonight. The cold front will sweep through, winds will switch around, and the cold air will follow. And it sticks around through next week as another reinforcing shot of cooler air will move in behind another cold front that slides down on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Boy, the snow as far south as Mississippi earlier today, and you see some of that freezing rain through Tennessee, and then even some snow in northern sections of Alabama. That is associated with a pretty strong low pressure area, which will push to the east, and the attendant cold front now slicing through the Gulf of Mexico. Still back here, cold air moving in across the deep south, but it will slide through here later on tonight. Heavier showers to the east of us and and down to the south, but nothing going on right now. 1 or 2 lone showers out of the question for this evening, but no measurable precipitation expected for the rest of the night. 68 degrees right now. The dew point is at 64. Winds are out of the west at 12. That west wind now is showing that the front is getting closer to passing through, and the pressure is also starting to rise. And that means high pressure will build in and clear our skies out tomorrow. But with that high pressure and a north wind, it will make it feel pretty chilly out there tomorrow with a nice breeze. 73 the high, that's the last of the 70s. 71 is our normal, and the record high 86 set in 1993. We can only muster 1/100th of an inch of rainfall with this system at the airport. Anyway, a little bit more than that up near Anna Maria Island and also in the northwest Braden. And 67 now in Jacksonville, already down to 44 in Pensacola. That's what we're going to be starting to see here tomorrow throughout the day. Temperatures will only warm up into the upper 50s really for the most part. We'll have a mixture of sun and clouds, more sun than this particular model is depicting. We'll see sunshine, I think, throughout the afternoon, and clear skies tomorrow night will really allow that temperature to plummet. Well, the rain forecast, as I said, just 1 or 2 lone showers scattered about, most areas staying dry tonight. And then tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Same on Sunday. It won't warm temperatures up much with that north wind continuing on Sunday. Well, here's a look at the lows tonight into the 30s in places like Tallahassee and Pensacola, 38 in Gainesville. We'll see lows here into the mid-50s, and then tomorrow's highs will only warm a few degrees from the lows into the upper 50s to right around 60 tomorrow for a high. And then Sunday morning promises to be the chilliest of the two. We'll see 41 at the Sarasota-Braden Airport, some upper 30s well inland. And then we'll look for another reinforcing shot of that colder air to move in. Well, nationally, winter storm watches and warnings up now from Tennessee into Kentucky, Ohio, even in western sections of Pennsylvania and New York tonight. They're getting some rain-snow mix earlier in Toledo that has now shifted to snow. And that snow extending all the way down into Cincinnati, heading off toward Columbus and into western portions of New York. They're getting some snow and rain mix there and kind of a nasty storm. The accumulation of snowfall through Sunday, quite a bit, up to 6 inches in parts of Ohio, and then even more so up to a foot into parts of New York and western portions of New York. So big snow there. For boaters tomorrow, small craft advisory now that'll turn into caution tomorrow, and bays and inland waters will be choppy. Sunset will be at 5:56 tomorrow. Partly cloudy, breezy and cool, 57 for your low. Northwest winds at 10 to 15, and then the extended forecast looks like this. High of only 63 tomorrow, 61 on Sunday, but more importantly, the low will start off at 40. And then we'll see temperatures gradually warm up until Wednesday, and then another cold front comes through with temperatures only around 60 on Wednesday or Thursday and staying in the 60s for the next 7 days. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you so much, Bob. Now to California, where rescue crews, some working with cadaver dogs, are racing against time to find the 5 people still reported missing in the deadly mudslides. Nearly the entire city of Montecito now under a mandatory evacuation order. Some 10,000 residents forced to leave their homes to allow crews complete access to the area, which is considered dangerous and hazardous. A series of mudslides so far destroying or damaging more than 500 businesses and homes. At least 17 people are dead, and the ongoing relentless search for survivors is moving forward, but with a grim awareness.
The fire department keeps coming in and checking on us, and we're supposed to call them if we find any bodies.
Those forced to flee their homes will not be allowed to return until the evacuation orders are lifted, which may not happen for another 2 weeks. And as officials release more about the victims, we are now learning the youngest among those 17 dead was just 3 years old. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather.
First out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. Services.com. ANDservices.com.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert, weather, and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
The weekend, we made it to Friday.
We did.
Yeah, warm temperatures, had all the fog, but still pretty mild in the afternoon and evenings. Not too bad, and now things are changing.
Yes.
Cold air moving in. Grab your jackets, grab your sweaters, but not this bad. Look at this. These are highs for today, actually. 1 degree in Minot, 5 in Minneapolis. They've had 17 below wind chill factor in Minneapolis. So that cold air is sliding our way, but not that bad. Here's a look at that boating forecast tomorrow. You should exercise caution if you have boating plans. It'll be a little bit better on Sunday, but still that's not all the best in choppy conditions. There's the forecast. 7 days, 60s.
Those 70s,
It's
yeah.
back.
Bob, thanks.
World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We'll see you again at 11.